¿Qué vamos a robar?
La Fábrica Nacional de Moneda y Timbre.
Described as a pure critic of modern capitalism, Money Heist has gathered throughout 4 seasons fans from all over the world. From being a Spanish production to international Netflix sets, this series knows how to play with narrative cliffhangers better than anyone. No wonder the 4th season of Money Heist, aka La Casa de Papel, crashed Netflix on April the 3rd when millions of fans rushed to the platform to watch the latest adventures of the most famous robbers on the planet. And so we've compiled a list of the top 10 best moments from this series.
¡Arriba la lanza!
Pareces un regalo de cumpleaños. Solo te falta el lazo.
Starting off the list, let's dive right into one of the most complicated relationships in the series, Berlin versus Tokyo. It's how Berlin punishes Tokyo by turning her to the police.
No vais a tener ni puta idea de cómo salir de esta ratonera.
Other than her beauty and her haircut inspired by Matilda, Tokyo is known for her impulsivity and mood swings. Sleep deprivation can mess with anyone's mind. Tokyo goes crazy and begins a mutiny in order to become the leader. This is what leads Berlin to tie her to a table and push her out of the mint right between the arms of the police. Now, we may think that Berlin sacrificed Tokyo because of her disobedience, but in reality, he did it to save the plan and the crew. He's always been a controversial character. We love to hate him, but to be fair, Berlin had to do that unless you wanted everyone to be killed because of Tokyo's impulsivity. For our 9th moment, we jump to the 2nd season when the professor confessed all the truth to Raquel. We always want what we can't have, and this is exactly what made Raquel fall in the professor's arms. Let's be precise that in this scene, Raquel had her arms tied.
No me encuentro bien.
It's not what we'd normally call a convenient position for a conversation, but the professor has had to do this. Unlike any other series, the robbery in Money Heist isn't only motivated by the desire to obtain money, it's a way to defy the capitalist system.
Yo estoy haciendo una inyección de liquidez. Pero no a la banca. Estoy haciendo aquí.
In fact, the professor goes back to where the notion of money began. It's just paper.
Esto no es nada, Raquel, esto es papel.
Taken out of the actual environment, money has no value. It's the banking system that assigns value to it. This scene is undoubtedly a key moment in the series, and it's the door from which Raquel joins the team to later become Lisbon. Besides its philosophical aspect, this scene is also charged with sexual tension between the two characters. What a better way to end a speech than a kiss, right? The next moment we've selected for you also follows this modern Romeo and Juliet love story. Our 8th best scene in Money Heist is the bluffing scene. The professor's plans don't fail. At least this is what we thought anyway. But in this scene we learn that no one is immune to unpredictable events. The police are closer than ever to catching the professor. This proximity forces Raquel and the professor to go in separate directions. Raquel hides in a farm but is very quickly uncovered by the cops. Equipped with a remote microphone, she's still in audio contact with her lover. Clearly, the tables have turned since the cop points the gun to Raquel's head and shoots next to her. The professor, thinking that Raquel's being killed, lets himself be submerged by sadness and hysteria. This is the first time we see the professor in a vulnerable state. Alvaro Morte's acting is on point right here. See, you should never mix love and work, especially when your full-time job is robbing banks.
Esto es una guerra.
Now, a robbery isn't a real one without weapons. Money Heist raises the bar with this 7th scene, the SWAT killing scene. Edited in a parallel montage with the bluffing scene, this moment raises the stakes of the duality built between the system and the anti-system.
Esto ya no es un atraco. Ni un pulso al sistema. Esto es una guerra.
Framed in close-up shots, Tokyo and Rio go downstairs, teary-eyed, tightened jaws, holding missile launchers. On the other side of the bank, an armored tank is ready to destroy the bank's door and to get in there. The door opens in slow motion. Tokyo and Rio launch the missiles and destroy the armored tank. The vehicle blows up and disappears in flames. This final scene is charged with meaning. As we say, they may have won the battle, but the war is still going on.
Y entonces empezó la guerra.
Talking about war, we can't list the best moments of Money Heist without bringing in the shooting scene, which is at number 6. Considered as one of the narrative climaxes of the first season, this moment was shot as a war scene. A fast editing pace, close-ups mixed with wide shots, a minimalistic color palette combined with a lot of smoke and artificial fog. The crew's almost outside, except the exterior universe doesn't automatically mean freedom in this case. If you haven't already chosen your side, you have to do so, unless you've been blinded by the love of one of the characters. The special police unit is shooting at everyone here. Helsinki gets shot in the stomach, and there's no real defensive strategy. We can't see a thing through the smoke, but based on the background sound, we understand that there is a lot going on. On a metaphoric level, it's similar to a sacrifice scene. Did it make you shed a tear? Let us know in the comment section. For our 5th moment, we teleport in time and jump right into the final episode of the 4th season. On a financial level, Netflix raised the bar to the point that we had a scene with a military helicopter. Even though we all thought that the person hidden behind the black suit is Gandia, we find out at the very last moment that it's Lisbon that found her way in the bank. Besides being a hint for an upcoming new season, this scene is the final step in the transition of Lisbon from a cop to a thief. Leaving the system to become part of the revolution has never been easy, but here we are with a character that believes that the system is wrong. Who will be the next one to leave the system? Will it be Alicia, who spilled the tea during the press conference, or another character? One thing's for sure, it's the downfall of the system. Next up we have Breaking into the Gold Vault. The director of photography, the decor department and the director gave birth to technical prowess. Bogota dives in the vault and accesses the gold, even though the vault is submerged in water. Have you ever seen a bank robbery underwater? Well, Money Heist gives us the opportunity to witness such a rare event. The technicality of this process goes beyond what we see. Berlin, through a voiceover, explains everything to the professor. Based on the details, we may think it's impossible in theory, but Money Heist proves you wrong. If you want to know more about this scene, you should watch the making of documentary for the series. Here we are with our 3rd selected moment. The scent of Earth is full of meaning. We go back to basics and to the most important natural element, Earth. At this stage, we've already created a bond with the characters. We want them to succeed, to get the money, and to escape. This is the relief moment when Moscow finally reaches the ground and finds the soil for the tunnel. You probably know that there's no Money Heist without the song Bella Ciao. This is the scene when it all started. The whole crew starts to dance and sing that song as if they've won an invisible war against the police. Smelling the soil is an iconic scene in multiple epic films and series like 300, The Gladiator and There Will Be Blood, and mimicking this same scene is a way to insert references with subtlety.
Sin duda fue el momento que más felices fuimos ahí dentro.
The silver medal goes to one of the most iconic scenes, Berlin's sacrifice. Personally, Berlin's my favorite character. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny his endearing side. His emotional backstory makes us understand him more, and you're progressively able to put yourself in his shoes. Berlin molested a woman, manipulated everyone, and if he had the power, he could have been a modern-day Hitler. This said, Berlin has a soft side. He's relatable, and that's what made his character so likable. Hidden behind a desk, he decides, out of nowhere, to rush towards the police and die in a heroic way. Did he do it for himself, just like a hero, or was it a redemption act? We'll probably have an answer through the multiple flash forwards included in the upcoming seasons.
Te dije que te iba a matar.
Finally, at number 1, we have an emotional scene, Nairobi's death. Gandia, who has a secondary role in the series, becomes a character able to change the narrative guidelines and the character arcs.
Así que vamos a tener un poquito de respeto, ¿no?
Nairobi was shot in season 3 and is weaker than everyone in the crew. Gandia finally escapes thanks to the tips of Palermo and is trying to kill everyone. He manages to kidnap Tokyo, but she won't be the one perishing. Unfortunately, it's Nairobi that gets killed by Gandia with a bullet in the middle of her head. The editing pace is so fast that you can barely keep up with the events happening in one single scene, but when Gandia pulls the trigger, everything slows down. This slow motion effect is even more important when it means the calm after the chaos. Nairobi is no longer alive. The crew is missing a member. We've talked about our personal favourite moments from Money Heist, but what are your favourite moments? And what do you think we may have missed from our list? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you never miss a single one of our new uploads, and let us know what list you think we should be doing next. I'll see you next time on The TV Regent.
Esta guerra la vamos a ganar.